Hey guys, Kip from Famous by Friday Pickleball. Got a brand new paddle to review, the new 6-0 Ruby Pro. It's a whole lot of red going on here. This looks really good. Looks really good out in the sun. I've had it out there a couple of times. Looks really good. 6-0 is trying something a little bit different with this paddle over the Ruby of the past. I'm going to kind of discuss that as we go. The surface is definitely one thing. Surface is 45-degree raw aramid fiber, and you can really, it is gritty. So it feels really good. I expect great spin from it. Really nice. The other thing is the core, and we'll look at that in just a moment, but it is definitely different and should provide plenty of power and plenty of dwell time. Let's go through some of the measurables here. This paddle is 16.3 inches long, 7.5 to 7.7 inches wide. It is 5.5 inch long grip, 8 inches static weight with a swing weight of 113, which is a little low. So that means it's really head light and you really flick it very well. The twist weight is really nice at 6.26. Should play really well. Excited about this, the 6.0 Ruby Pro. But as always, before we head out the courts, we got to take a look at the core and see what they've done different there. So let's do that now.
All right, guys, here is the core of the new 6.0 Ruby Pro. This is the first time I've seen polypropylene honeycomb core with 12 millimeter cells. We've seen 10 millimeter. A lot of companies have tried 10. The most standard of cores we see are the 8 millimeter cells, but these are 12 and they are ginormous. There is so much space here. It looks like I've magnified this, but I really haven't. It's very impressive just to look at right off. So this should, if you think of the smaller cells, if you have smaller cells out here, you're gonna have more control and you're gonna have less dispersion of air, and these will pocket and allow that core to go in just a little bit. It will soften the aramid surface of this paddle, make it a little softer and a little more playable, should give it a little more power. The opposite of power is control. If you go with the 8 millimeter and even 6 millimeter cells that we've seen a couple of times, that is pure control and weight. With the 12 millimeter cells, it takes away the weight and gives you a little more power and should play very well. You can see the EVA foam around the perimeter. I suspect they didn't go much thicker than this because they wanted to keep the swing weight really light. You start adding a bunch of foam in here, it gets a little more heavy. The swing weight is quite low, but I suspect they wanted to keep it that way, as the static weight still on this paddle is 8.0 to 8.1. So the EVA foam, they kept it pretty thin around the perimeter to keep that weight down and the swing weight down. Very excited. This is very cool. 12 millimeter cells. You don't see this very often in the new Ruby Pro. Very excited. All right.
All right, guys, kind of different, kind of cool. Let's go out to the courts and try it now. The new 6-0 Ruby Pro. All right, guys, I'll be back. right, guys, the new Ruby Pro from 6-0. Let's go after this target. That was really nice. Okay, again, has a nice little whistle off of there too. Okay, again. Oh, that was out. Pretty sure that was out. Had a nice whistle to it though. This has a little pop. All right, go after that again. Yeah, it's real nice though. Real nice accuracy. Yeah, there it is. So I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I'm standing a good probably 18 inches behind the line to go after that because it's got a little pop. So adjusted just a little bit back to keep it from flying. Let's do a couple of spins with this. That's got real nice straight line accuracy. Let's do a couple of spins. I expect good things here. All right. Oh, that had nice hop. I don't know if that's going to get in the camera, but when it hit, it jumped straight up. Oh, yeah. Oh, that has great before and after. Like the after a lot. Let me do that again. Oh, yeah. That had nice before and after. Not tremendous spin, but I didn't really jump on that very hard. Let me try that again. Oh yeah, that had early and late. The surface grabs this really nicely. Let me go after the cone, see if I can get the cone with the spin. Oh, that was a great serve. It started out toward the cone. That was nice. That was nice. Not gonna win any friends. Yeah, oh my gosh, so that's got great spin. Great spin. Good stuff. Ruby Pro. All right, guys, back. Just spent the last few weeks getting to know the new 6-0 Ruby Pro. This paddle is a lot of fun to hit, and I think it is quite an upgrade over the past Ruby model. Let me bounce through all the performance characteristics of this paddle and kind of touch on some things it really does pretty well. Let's start out with power, and I always start out with power. The Ruby Pro, my normal service speed right around 50 miles an hour. The Ruby Pro came in at 49. Now there's a reason for this. This paddle swing weight is 113. Normally I like to live right around 119, 120, 121, somewhere in there, right around 120. 113 is really light. Now the static weight of this paddle does come in at 8 ounces. So you've got a little bit of mass there, but the swing weight is so light that, and I didn't up this, I didn't bounce any weight on here, just played with it right out of the box as is. The service speed at 49, that's easily correctable if you want to put some weight on there and give it some mass, up that swing weight, give it some plow through, those numbers are going to come up. But as is, right out of the box, we're looking at 49 miles per hour. Still, that's not bad. That's right at average, not the end of the world. But that's the reason why. That's the reason why it's not higher. Accuracy, control, and consistency, the Ruby Pro really shine in those areas. You could go after your target, really just no worries at all, and just be confident you're going to hit those spots. Accuracy, control, and consistency, very, very good. Great spin. This surface really, the 45-degree raw aramid fiber really grabs the ball. You can spin it, top spin, back spin, side spin, whatever spin you want. You can grab it and go and know that that spin's going to land in. It is really a lot of fun to hit spin-wise. Feedback and feel on this paddle is a little harsh. All aramid surface paddles are a little harsh. The feel is a little harsh. They're a little more solid than carbon. That's just the way it is, just the way it's always has been. However, the 12 millimeter cells on the core really help soften that a little bit, but it's still pretty harsh. It's a pretty solid paddle. There's not a lot of give. There's not a lot of soft feel. So the feedback and feel is going to be a touch harsh, but not bad. Aramid paddles in the past were really, really, really harsh. This one is not. The 12 millimeter cells and 6.0 did a great job with this. The 12 millimeter cells really kind of lighten that blow a little bit and make it a comfortable ride. Now this paddle is only 14 millimeters thick too, so that affects it as well. You're going to have a little jarring just because it's a thinner paddle. Sweet spot, really large. The twist weight on this paddle is 6.26. That's really good. And if you do throw some weight on there, it's going to drag it out even further. The sweet spot's really good, really accessible. No worries there. Good defense to offense. You can stick this down and get the ball back. I thought it had very nice touch. You could get the ball back in the kitchen with no worries, reset that ball, and even touch with lobs or anything like that. But really, defense, offense, good up there. It's really, really, once again, we'll go back to that swing weight of 113. You can really flick it through the zone, get up there and have a lot of fun and just, you know, roll volley, just snap that a little bit and it really goes and the surface grabs it. You have a lot of fun up there. No worries at all. And once again, quick at the net. I've kind of touched on that. It's really light. It's really quick. Really no problem at all. It's got a nice long grip for two-handers. If you're a two-hander that wants to play that way, you can do it. No worries at all. Plenty of room there. Go after it. Customizable. You see I've already got an overgrip on this and it is begging for weight. So I would throw some weight on here. Now, you do have to watch it. I mean, this paddle does come in at 8 ounces, 8.1 ounces even. How much weight you can throw on there may not be a comfortable amount, but it really is dying for some weight, so it is definitely customizable. This paddle I like. It's a little frustrating to me because of the light swing weight. I really want more mass and more plow through to get a little more velo. Can I do that? Certainly. Throw some weight out here, no problem at all. Throw some weight on all four corners. If you're just a weight enthusiast, you're going to have a lot of fun with this paddle. I do like this more than the original Ruby. This paddle has game. I like it quite a bit. I had a lot more fun with this paddle than I thought I might, but it really, really plays well. I'm anxious to hear from you guys if you played it. It's going to fit a lot of people's games. If you're pure offense and want to be a banger and just stand back in the back, you're going to have to add weight to this to make that work. Otherwise, you're really not maybe getting the depth or the heavy ball. Talk about, you know, hitting a heavy ball. You're not going to have that heavy ball that just kind of, you know, you can feel. Because it doesn't have the mass and plow through. So if you're going to do that, you got to use some mass and plow through. If you are a control freak, you're going to be fine with this paddle. If you're a setup person who just want to touch and dink and, you know, get up there and topspin dink and lob, all of that is going to be really, really, really nice. Pure offense, once again, I think, you know, if you're a poacher and going to go up there and cause a lot of trouble, you're going to have to add some weight, but you can get away with it with this paddle. It does pretty well. I like it. I don't think, like I said, I don't think it'll go in my bag. I'd have to add too much weight to make this work. That is not the end of the world. If you're a two-handed player, you're not going to have any problem at all. I am really anxious to hear if you've tried this, if you like it, if it's in your bag. It's not bad. It's really, like I said, I like it. I would love to hear from you if you've played with the old Ruby and now you've gone on to the new one. Which one you like better? Which one you're more comfortable with? I'd love to hear from you because that's what it's gonna. People are gonna look at this and think, "Man, I played with the old one. What will the new one do?" That's really the opinion I think that's gonna matter so much. All right, guys. As always, give me a comment, hit like, hit subscribe. I love it. Get out and play while you can this weekend. I laugh because it's supposed to get crazy cold this weekend. So get out there, play at the end of this week as much as you can. And then I think later this week it's supposed to warm up again. It is the season. All right, guys, get out and play the game we love. I'll be back with more content really soon. All right.